I can hear myself. Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
folks,
Yeah.
let's bring it in. The time is 4:33. Let you guys all get settled in, but I will give the spiel. So today is Thursday, April 2nd, 2025. I now call this meeting, 2026, apologize. I now call this meeting of the Madison College Student Senate to order. Thank you. And at this time, I would say welcome to our General Assembly meeting of the Madison College Student Senate. This is a public meeting and will be recorded for transparency and direct conversations. We're going to cover a few basic items before starting. If you lose connection at any time, please reconnect by calling or clicking the link in the original email. If you can, I know this is kind of difficult right now. We're going virtual, but if you can do your best to do that, that'd be much appreciated. This is, although we don't got much, it's very important that we all participate. So to the senators and the members online, please activate your video and keep it on for the duration of the meeting. If it is possible, use the raise hand feature when you'd like to be recognized to speak, ask questions, or request a roll call as vote as chair. As to call on members in the order which the hands were raised, lowering your hands if you have the cue. Now, at this time, I'd ask Vice President Quinn Mattson if I can get a roll call.
Yes, you can. I hope the audio is coming through all right now. Do I have President Jose Villarreal?
Here and present.
Thank you. Vice President Administration Finance Quinn Mattson, I am present. Vice President Legislative Affairs Ash Rogers.
Present.
Heard, thank you. Vice President Team Development Corey Sertzel.
Present.
Heard, thank you. Vice President Public Relations Ari Nichols.
Present.
Heard. Advisor Cole Kaliokrato.
Present.
Thank you. Senator Sanjay Jagadish. Thank you. Senator Bethany Bauer.
Present.
Senator Ashley Larson.
Present.
Senator Keziah Owolabi.
Put down absent for now.
Absent for now. We'll keep an eye out. Senator Bhavani Nagaraj.
Present.
Thank you. Senator Ashley Juarez.
Present.
Thank you. Senator Ali Mohammed.
Present.
Thank you. Senator Ida Wilmo.
Put down absent for now.
Absent for now. Senator Sierra Brunner. Do we have Sierra? Senator Sierra Brunner. I hear you. Thank you. Reedsburg Senator Furkan Sindar.
Present.
Thank you. Folks in person, can you just stop shuffling things for just a second? I don't know if there's too much sound online. Do I have Goodman South Senator Annette Crowder?
Present.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for your patience. We have met quorum.
All right. Thank you very much. And with meeting quorum, I would read the minutes for approval. So we had a General Assembly meeting last week. Motion was made. We had public comment from Mr. Kissinger, Tech Services, IT project, infrastructure at large. We had a team building activity. We did have disclosures and recusals. There was none made, none said. We had reports from officer advisor standing committees. We had reports from special and select committees. We did have a couple reports from our branch campuses. And we had reports from college assembly and shared governance. We had some unfinished business. And we had new business. There was announcements. There was adjournment. And there was quite a bit on that docket there. So With that being read out and being shared, I'd entertain a motion to approve last week's minutes. Motion made by Senator Juarez. Do I see a second? Second by Senator Crowder. I'd open up for discussion online. All right, seeing none, hearing none, I'm going to take a vote in unanimous consent. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Motion is passed. The minutes were passed. And now I will read out the agenda for approval. All right. So what we have here today, folks, is approval, reading, public comment. We have SCB presentation from Jack Ramos. We have a team building activity. Corey's Vice President Sertzel, I don't know if we're going to be able to accommodate that. You just let me know, and we'll see what we can do. We will have reports from officers, advisors, standing committees, reports to special and select committees. We will have 2 reports from our branch campuses. We'll go ahead and have reports from College Assembly and shared governance. We don't have any unfinished business besides discussing the involvement for Senate's warm welcome. And then we will have some announcements. So with the agenda being read out, I'd entertain a motion to approve this agenda. Motion made by Vice President Ari Nichols. Second by Senator Juarez. Opened up for discussion online. Point of discussion, Vice President Sertzel, you are recognized.
I apologize. I just wanted to make note, I will not be able to accommodate team building today. I really apologize, guys. I'm sorry.
Okay. So would your motion be to amend the agenda to remove team building? All right. Motion made by Vice President Sertzel to remove team building from the agenda. Do I see a second? Second by Senator Juarez. Now I'd open up for discussion. All right, seeing none, hearing none, I'm going to take a vote in unanimous consent. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Motion is passed, and let's get right into the agenda, folks. And we will go right to public comment. Advisor, do we have the SAB
Yeah.
presentation?
Yeah, there's a couple things that they went out quick, so give me 1 second.
Jack is here with us in person in the room. Jack, you want to say something? And online people, are you able to hear Jack?
Can anyone hear me? Do I need to go in front of somebody's computer?
Let me move mine.
Okay.
All right, so
Sound-
just go ahead, Jack.
Oh, no. Hi. I'm trying to see if Motia is online here.
I'm here.
Hi. Oh, there you are. Okay, perfect. I'm going to pull up a presentation then.
I got it for you.
You do? Okay. Are you going to
Yep.
be able to share your screen?
Yes. So just to put it out there to everybody, I just put a PDF in the chat. That's to be shared with you all. So please feel free to reference that as well as you have the presentation up. So I'll pull the presentation up and then you all just tell me when to switch slides.
Thank you. Awesome. Yay. Awesome. Sorry, Quinn, for stealing your
No.
computer.
I think I might have sent the wrong one because that looks like last year's.
Oh, yeah, that is last year's.
They look almost identical. I can share it.
Okay.
Just give me 2
Wrong
seconds.
name.
Do you want to introduce yourselves? You can do that while I'm pulling it up.
Well, I'm Jack Ramos. I'm the president of United Common Ground. I'm serving for you guys here today to present the SAB budget for the 26-27 fiscal year.
All right, and I'm Mutia. I'm the PAC president for the current president. So nice to meet you all.
So a little quick thing, we just finished wrapping up all of our presentations, and we had our final vote was last week to finalize all of the budgets. So yeah, last year I was here presenting in front of about half of you guys. So hello again. Okay, this looks right. There we go. Perfect. All right, well, let's jump right into it. Firstly, a little overview we have here. So the three major things that we wanted to go over was we finalized the student activity fee for next year, $12.67 a credit. We went over our branch campus, how much they pay for their student fees. And then also transportation and then the health and fitness fee are all separate things, not included in a student activity fee. And that was finalized at $38 a semester and $3.10 per credit for those two. Do you want to jump into the next thing? Sorry, Mochi. If you have any comments, you can also. So here is really quick, just going through, we have what was proposed for next year compared to this year, our percent change and the actual fiscal amount. As you can see, those things, the three lines highlighted in red are organizations that went over our allotted 10% increase from 25 to 26. So we had a separate day, that was our last voting session, where they presented their reasons why, and we as a board voted and unanimously decided to approve their budgets for the next year.
Okay, so this is our 2026-2027 SAB supported salaries. So our current budget is in $1,032,024. And now we're proposing for 10.9% change. And if it's in a dollar amount, it's going to be $113,277. And this is because of increasing for the employee benefits and salaries, new position in athletics, and the college general fund is supporting less for these employees. All right, next.
Yeah, so the three other major budgets that we kind of purview and decide on is the transportation services, the branch campuses, and the health clinic. So these are going to be our proposed budget for 26-27. And I don't think I think the numbers, if you wanted to see the increases again, those are on the first slide, or it should be in the presentation that Cole shared as well.
Okay, questions?
All right, I will now open up the floor to any questions. Okay. Last call for questions. All right. Well, I think they are. Senator Crowder, you are recognized.
Do you guys remember what the amount was that the student fees were raised in total, just so student senate's aware?
They were raised by 37 cents for next year.
Not bad.
Per credit.
Asking, what is the 120,000 spent on for health clinic?
I can talk about that. I can go back. So the health clinic is the GHC clinic that is housed in the health building. So in our agreement with GHC, we identify specific things that will be covered in full or in part for any currently enrolled student. So this could be things like STD testing. You could go in because you're sprained your ankle. I don't know, really basic sprains, strains, and illnesses. So this fee covers the amount that, I mean, you kind of can think of it like insurance, right? So the college gets billed for these services that students are accessing at the clinic.
Any
Can I
questions?
jump in that one? So the rationale for the 20% increase, I think it was actually 27%, if you want to go to that slide. So for those of you who don't know, sorry, Ellie, do you mind if I?
Go for it. I just wanted to make sure I was thinking about the right one, a 20% increase?
It's 27.
For this STEM hub, is that what the question's about? I can't actually see the chat.
Yes. Sorry, the question exactly was, what is the rationale for the over 20% increase to the STEM budget? So yes, so the major change that STEM Hub, yes, perfect, thank you. The major change that STEM Hub is going for this year. So for those of you who don't know, STEM Hub, this is their first year as an organization, and previously they had all of the people on their board, how their kind of operation works. Their organization, all of their board members are also employees currently of the STEM Center, and they were getting paid hourly positions to work in the STEM Center, and that was what their payment was for the STEM Hub. As officers, like it was part of their position as a STEM ambassador, correct? But they are trying to move away from having those be having STEM Hub and STEM Center be synonymous, because they're not, and they operate and totally have different things. It's an organization versus and a part of the school. So they are having it changed to stipend positions, and that's going to be an extra 27,000 increase on top of that. So that's where the 27 is coming from. It's not actually as big since they started with so little.
27%, not 27.
Yes, 27%, which is $7,000. Ellie, you want to take the 3% increase?
Sure, about the fee? Sorry, I can't see the chat.
Oh, okay, I'll read it for you. Ashley asked, what is the 3% increase for athletics? That is an extra $52,599. Just curious.
Yes, so without knowing their budget in all of its details, I do know some of the new things that they're adding for next year. They are continuing to expand intramural options. They are adding a women's golf team next year. So that comes with additional costs. And then a huge chunk of the budget for athletics is travel. So they're just anticipating that travel costs will continue to go up. It's mostly by bus, but there are occasions when they are also having to fly to travel. So we know, I think all of us probably know that those costs are just going up, the cost of gas and everything. I don't believe that that includes any other sort of new things beyond women's golf, just increasing costs for all sorts of stuff for athletics.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Good questions, everybody. I can keep discussion open if anybody has any more questions, or we can, Advisor Cole, you're recognized.
Yeah, I received a question in the Senate office about one aspect, and I couldn't give a full concrete answer. So Ellie, I think I'm going to be looking at you for this one. For the volunteer center, I know that the amount that's there is going towards the incorporation of the voting position. Is that, first off, that's correct?
Yes, that's a big part of their increased request.
Okay. And could you give a little backstory on what this position does and where it was prior?
Yes. So in the past many years, Scarlett or predecessors worked with one or two students each year in an hourly capacity to sort of support voter awareness, voting registration, civic engagement programming. So that previously was coming out of the student life budget. And the only reason that we didn't reduce that budget by the full amount for the voting fellow is that the hourly rate is going up next year by 1/4. So we weren't able to fully take out the cost of having the voting fellow in the student life budget because we have 30-ish student employees who are paid out of that student life budget. So we just didn't think we could totally reduce that cost and give all of that money over to the volunteer center.
Cool.
Well, if there is no discussion, no more questions, I would entertain a motion to, oh, we're not approving anything, right? This is just public comment. So thank you very much. If we can give a nice round of applause to the presentators, that'd be very representative. Okay. Now we'll move on to the next piece of the agenda. We'll go from reports of officers, advisors, and standing committees, and I will start with my report. District board was held last night. There was some new news I'd like you guys to know. D-Wing's budget was amended to change a little bit of the construction. Details were in the presentation. I do have it. If you guys want it, I can email it to you, or I'm pretty sure you can find it in the share file. The budget was proposed by Cody White and it was passed, and I believe he will be coming to explain it and read it out to us. I did meet with the advisor. We spoke about transitions. I was not able to meet with the E-team, but one of the vice presidents can speak of it if they want to kind of fill you guys in. But mostly will be about transition and elections. And that'll be it for my report. I'd open it up for any questions, quick ones. Vice President Quinn Mattson, you're recognized.
You said you spoke with the district board and D-Wing construction was changed. Is that about the bathroom renovation, or is that something different?
Yep, Vice President Quinn Mattson, you were correct because you were there last night, and that's exactly what it was. It was just an amendment to the blueprints and the building of what was already passed. I think it's going to cost a little more now. So we do have all that info if you need it. And I think Dr. Ramirez is the one that's under her purview, and that's her project that she's championing right now. So that's who will have all the information that's needed. But with that, I'm going to close discussion and move to the Finance Committee. Vice President Quinn Mattson, you have it.
Thank you. Yes, I had to leave that district board meeting before it actually started. Finance Committee met this week. We talked about how we want to spend our remaining time because the 3-year plan is over, and that was kind of our whole deal. We discussed a few options that we tossed around before. We landed on what we exactly want to do. Our main focus is making sure there's a good binder instructing the next committee on what to do, and compiling projects that we had in mind, things that we talked about but didn't really get to address as like a starting point for the next committee. Here are some things that we've noticed were problems. Here are some possible solutions that you might want to investigate. Here's something to work with so that they can actually get working over the summer and at the beginning of fall, rather than kind of like getting to know each other, getting used to running meetings. There'll be some content to those meetings, hopefully. We are also going to review the club funding process. That's one of the issues that we actually wanted to spend a little time addressing. So those are the 2 things we'll be doing. Transition documents and a focus on club funding request process. I don't know if I said that right before. That concludes my report.
Thank you very much, Vice President Quinn Mattson. I'd ask everybody if you have any questions, comments, or concerns for the Vice President Quinn Mattson, you email him or Teams him. He will respond to you in due time. And now we'll move to Vice President Rogers for Rules and Legislative Affairs Committee for your report.
Thank you, Mr. President. I will say I've got a very similar report to what Quinn had. We are also working on our transition document, Rules and Legislative Affairs. We will be looking at some things that we can recommend that the next Senate look at, both on the legislation side. We're going to have recommendations on how to write legislation, so they have sort of a guide for that. And then we're also, what's the third thing we're throwing in there? Right, just looking at some of those initiatives that we've been working on and that maybe they could pick up since legislative affairs is sort of the advocating branch of the Student Senate. Here are some maybe different contact organizations that you might be able to work with, just some recommendations for the next year. Outside of rules and legislative affairs specifically, I met with Kim Henderson this morning, as did Ashley Larson. We had very productive conversations, and Kim Henderson will be forming a coalition over the summer. We'll actually be starting in April and May, and that will have a member of Senate representing, which will be me until I leave, and then it will be Ashley, should she be elected for next year. Otherwise, Kim Anderson will get someone else, of course. And then there will also be a forum that she is creating in November, where we'll be hearing student voice on food prices. So we're making sure that Senate is represented in these talks moving forward on food affordability. I conclude my report.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that report. That was a very fulfilling and quite a bit there. I will ask anybody if they have any questions for Vice President Rogers to please email or Teams her, and she will get back to you as soon as possible. And with that, we will go to Vice President Sertzel for Team Development Committee for your report, bud, if you have one.
Yeah, I do. Just very brief. We touched up on just additional, like, anything we would like to add for the transitional documents, but that is currently underway along with our clothing drive. We are hoping to get the media out as soon as possible, so that could be a added tabling supply so that we could go ahead and collect clothes. But yeah, very, very exciting. I hope that we can get started soon.
All right. Thank you very much, Vice President Sertzel. And it's good to have you back. And yeah, good work, bud. I'd ask anybody if they have any questions, comments, or ideas, suggestions, or concerns to please Teams or email Vice President Sertzel, and he will get back to you as soon as he can. And with that, we're going to transition to Vice President Nichols, Public Relations, for your report.
Yeah, thanks. So,
Yep, I got it.
great. All right. Let me pull up my clock here so I don't use too much time on it. So, public relations is doing good, as you can see. We have created a new program that I am calling, we decided on this together. It's going to be a little something like, that's spelled wrong. Hang on one second, guys. Let me just, I don't even know if you can see this online, but I had this whiteboard by me, I'd use it. A buddy program. So everyone, that sucks. So the VPs get like a whole transition document, right, as to how they're going into the next year and everything. And while that job may be more difficult, it's also important that the senators know what they're doing. However, having a generalized sort of Senate document doesn't really help since there's so many different aspects to Senate. So what me and some of the people from PR will be doing is we're going to be trying to connect with senators right after they are, or soon after they're elected, and kind of maybe pair them up with someone that they kind of get along with on the current Senate so that they can kind of learn what it's about and what it looks like before they even get into the role. Now, that way we'll actually be able to have a Senate that by the time they roll around into the summer will be capable of, you know, getting things going a lot quicker. And maybe also this will help with project carryover from the last year or really any other sort of situations that arise. So yeah, as well as that, we are also working on the, what I'm calling it, the media coordinator requirements. So that's going to be kind of like a transition document, but it's more or less just going to tell the next person that takes my position and whoever fills that media coordinator position kind of what we expect from it and what we hope to see from it. Actually, I'll get into that in the student affairs report. That concludes my report.
Thank you very much, Vice President Ari Nichols. I'd ask anybody if they have any questions, comments, or concerns to please email or Teams Vice President Ari Nichols. He'll get back to you as soon as he can. All right, and with that, we would transition to our advisor for his report.
Yep, and real quick, just to kind of put it out there, because you're right, this was kind of discussed at E-Team. There might be a motion at the end of my report to approve the budget for the SAB presentation. There was some confusion we had on that, but that's coming down the pipeline. So first thing is this is the final call. If you want to attend the final WSG meeting on April 24th at Midstate Technical College, I have 4 people beside myself on the docket. So you have till the end of the meeting to let me know if you're committed to attend. More information to come. Elections update. Everyone's been asking about elections. So I'm happy to inform you that we have passed 315 votes as of today. So 5 more votes, and we have 1 more email going out tomorrow. Will officially exceed 3%. The national average for voting for any college is 1% or less. So we will hit 3% minimum going into tomorrow. Polls are open till noon tomorrow, so be advised if you haven't voted yet. I'm going to put it in the chat that you all can just like if you'd like, of who is willing to attend and able to attend the Student Success Awards on April 14th. Yep. No. 21st. Sorry. April 21st. I'll put all the logistics in there. I'm happy to register and everybody, if whoever wants to go. So I'll drop it in the chat. Just like the message, thumbs up. Any reaction you have to it, I'm going to assume you want to go. And I'm just going to submit one blanket one for all of us to attend. If you are nominated, though, you need to register yourself because they reached out to you specifically for that. Over the next few weeks, we'll be getting ready for some of the transitions of new folks coming into Senate as we'll finish up elections. So it's something to be aware of, that there may be some new folks attending Senate if after elections are done and if they've accepted their role. And the final thing is that I wanted to give the announcement that the executive team has come to the decision that the meeting on April 16th will not be taking place. And instead, everybody is expected and required to attend something within the Madison College community, whether it's a club meeting, organization meeting, or an event. We've determined there's a plethora of things going on, not only that week, but on Thursday specifically. You'll get an email from me giving you logistics on how we will track that. And yes, we will be tracking who all attends what to ensure that failure to attend that will result in you receiving a point for basically not being present at the GA meeting because your involvement is required of that. That is everything that I have. If you have questions, feel free to shoot me a message, but I'll put that in the chat now.
All right, thank you very much, Advisor Cole. I would open up for any discussion. All right. Senator Larson, you're recognized.
I just have a question. There gonna be like a list of clubs and stuff that we could just look at to see what all is happening during that time?
We can definitely look at that. I'll also tell you, we looked at Wolfpack Connect and curated it out by that week specifically. So you could check that out as well. But yes, I will do my best to try and put together a variety of lists so that it is simpler to find out.
No, that's a good point. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Vice President Quinn Mattson, you're recognized.
Yes, I hope you'll forgive me for taking this time off topic. Ellie Crean, do we have to just vote on the SAB budget today?
SAB would very much appreciate if you did. They plan to have their last meeting tomorrow. But if you, for some reason, send it back, then they would have the opportunity to make any potential changes that you'd like to see. Otherwise, they will just celebrate that it's done tomorrow. So if everyone feels comfortable and your questions have been answered, we would very much appreciate a motion to approve the budget tonight.
Vice President Quinn Mattson, do you have any follow-ups? I knew it. Go ahead, buddy.
May I motion to divert from the agenda and open up discussion on whether we want to vote on this today?
Well, you're going to have to, we're going to go ahead and close the advisor's report, and we're going to power through, and we will get right to it under unfinished business if you would like. Otherwise, if you want to make a motion, I don't know what motion you're trying to make right now.
If it happens under unfinished business, then I guess that, yeah, Annette, I yield.
Okay. Let's get right to it, folks. Thank you, Advisor Cole. All right.
Annette, you have to use the raise hand feature.
Vice President Quinn Mattson, you want to be recognized?
Sorry, I saw somebody waving and I thought they.
Oh, Senator Crowder, you're recognized.
All right, so can we make a motion right now to approve the SAB budget?
Do I hear a motion to approve the SAB budget?
Yes.
Senator Crowder has made a motion to approve the SAB budget. Do I hear a second? Senator Larson is seconding the vote. We will open it up to discussion now. Senator Crowder, did you have a point of discussion on your motion?
I just don't see any reason not to move forward with it. We asked our questions during the meeting in regards to the budget, and if we do have further questions, we have people that are available right now to answer those questions. Otherwise, it might be more difficult to do the back and forwards game.
Thank you very much for that comment, Senator Crowder. Vice President Rogers, you are recognized.
Point of question, this.
Can you mute yourself?
You're muted. We'll just use Quinn's audio.
This budget has already been one that
You're muted. Don't touch your computer.
it is muted currently. This is already a budget that SAB has put together and is satisfied with. They're just going to it, or they're just bringing it to us for approval, correct? This is already something that paid qualified people have been happy with.
Yep, this is like the seal of approval that Student Senate is on board with it as well.
Any other discussion? Okay. Well, with this, we're going to take a vote of roll call. And Vice President Quinn Mattson, whenever you are ready.
Yes, I will begin a vote of roll call. Starting with myself, Vice President Administration Finance, Quinn Mattson. I vote yes. Vice President Legislative Affairs, Ash Rogers, how do you vote?
Yeah.
Thank you. Vice President Team Development, Corey Sertzel, how do you vote?
Yay.
Vice President Public Relations, Ari Nichols.
Yes.
Thank you. Moving on to our senators. Senator Sanjay Jagadish. Thank you. Senator Ashley Larson.
Aye.
Senator Bethany Bauer.
Cole, should I be voting for this?
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Senator Keziah Owolabi is absent still. My apologies. Checking. Yes, confirming. Senator Bhavani Nagaraj.
Yes.
Thank you. Senator Ashley Juarez.
Aye.
Senator Ali Mohammed.
Yes.
Senator Ida Wilmo is absent as well, I believe still. Yes, cool. Senator Sierra Brunner.
Sure, yes.
Thank you, Sierra. Senator Furkan Sindar.
Aye.
Thank you. And Senator Annette Crowder.
Yes.
Right.
This Senate has passed the SAB budget.
All right. Good stuff, guys. We will be happy tomorrow, tell you that. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody, for your participation. And now we will go, Vice President Quinn Mattson, back to you if you are ready for the Students Activity Board.
Yes, Student Activity Board met last Friday. We had, we discussed exactly what was presented half an hour ago. We had finished all of our organizational presentations, and Usman just showed us everything in aggregate. The change from last year, all of the individual budgets. We did talk about, like Jack mentioned, the 3 organizations that increased their budget by more than 10%, notably 27% for